sold um, Mr. Homie and Mrs. Homie information to Dax Emery. Yes, she did. While she was a mod for them. And while she was pretending to be their friend, she fucked them big time over because we all know what happened with the Dax Emery situation. And what she did to them was absolutely vile and disgusting. And it just literally set something off in me last night. I was going to go live last night. And I was so pissed off that I just had to be like, okay, let's gather yourself before you literally get your account taken, because I just wanted to come on here and call her every name in the damn book. It was, it was heartbreaking to hear both of them because I could hear the hurt. And, when you trust somebody and you become friends with that person and you have conversations with that person, you don't expect them to be selling off your conversation for money, to make money off of a situation. Like, that's fucking disgusting to me. You are a disgusting human being, not only for doing that, but you're disgusting for what you've done to other people. You have scammed people. You have lied on people. You have hurt a community of people all around, because I'm just now learning about some of this stuff and had no freaking idea any of it existed. And the more I find out, the more I want to just puke at the fact that you could show your face on a YouTube, you can show your face on TikTok, you can show your face in general. You have hurt too many damn people, SP, and you're fucking trash. And I say that. Send your people after me. I don't give two fucks. I don't. Send them to my comments. Send them anywhere you want to send them. Because I don't give two fucks. I promise you. Ain't none of these people gonna hurt my fucking feelings.
Unfortunately, now that the truth is coming out, SP, she didn't want people to hear the truth about her. She didn't want them to come to my lives. And she made them not like me. She made them believe that I was a liar and that I was trafficking children.
Mm-hmm. That's what she does, though. That's what she does. She, anybody tries to bring awareness on her, she will turn it around like they are jealous. They're this and this and this. She does that so that her people don't hear, and they just go and report, and they don't listen to what's being told, the truth about her.
What are they jealous of? Who is going to be jealous of somebody that's sitting out lighting up a fucking cigarette, singing campfire songs in a damn camping chair?
That's her thing. She hollers, "Oh, they're just jealous. They're jealous because of the views I get, the gifts I get." That's her thing, that she thinks everyone's jealous about that. And I always, I didn't know it until Chris told me about her DV wasn't real, but I wondered, because I seen a video of her daughter speaking about it, saying that, if here's my thing, if I'm with a man and he's putting his hands on me and I leave, I'm definitely not leaving my child, who is a newborn, with that man who supposedly beat me and raped me. Okay, not going to happen. But her daughter speaks on it in a video, and again, I can find that one and send it to you, Dora, as well. She's talking about it and said, if he beat you, why did you leave me as I think she was 6 months or 9 months old infant with this man and you never came back?
Are you Tamori's infant? She was 6 days.
When her daughter, the blonde-headed one, I can't think of her name.
Yeah, she was 6 days old.
6 days old.
Yeah, and not only that, y'all, one of her children told me that SP has a history of accusing innocent men of SA.
Mm-hmm.
SP accused her father of SA and her multiple times. That child, at a very young age, had to speak to a judge on 15 different occasions to explain to a judge that her father did not do those horrible things to her that her mother claimed that he did. And that was very confusing to her as a child. Why am I speaking to a stranger about something that I don't even understand? That's how she explained it to me.
And how can she? How can she give anybody any damn advice on anything or come on this app like she is king shit and sit here and do all this shit to people? The shit she did to KK, the shit she did to everybody.
All of us, I believe that the majority of all of us in this room right now are victims of SP. And I tell you what, if I can see it now, SP coming back 2 months from now, pleading with the community to please forgive her, claiming she relapsed. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. It was my addiction. I relapsed.
She did. Yes, she did. Lies of Tamari. I'm sorry, Chris. Yes, she did. She did KK dirty as fuck.
And I just kind of want to piggyback off of like a little bit of what y'all were saying about the whole, because I just did a whole live about this and lost my main account for a whole week about women who claim things that happened to them that actually didn't happen to them and make innocent men suffer. She's not the only one who's done that, and I do believe another mod.
Oh, imagine that. There's that
ex-mod
fucking
of
Lauren
hers.
account. Sorry, KK. Lauren.
You're good.
USD?
I do believe. Oh, that account.
Yeah, that account just came in here. Would you like to talk, Lauren? Go ahead, KK. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say that I do believe that an ex-mod of hers did the same thing as well and lied about somebody in the community doing things. And I had a very bad taste in my mouth of this person because of these things. And then come to find out, this person was trash talking me to this other person that she told us things happened with. I'm trying to be very selective with my words. And it turns out that it was likely all lies and none of the weird text messages, if you get what I mean, the weird text messages happened like she said they did. So once again, it's another pattern with with somebody that was involved with her, someone with the number name.
Yep.
From my experience, that's always been what it is with SB, is just another drama. She has always been the judge, you know what I mean, in her mind. She's able to judge others for what they are doing wrong or right and be that person that says, like, this is wrong, this is right. But when the shoe's on the other foot, she can't take the heat at all. She doesn't like being called out for being a scammer. Now, my question is, it's coming out that she is the type that would lie about her own DV situations. Is the entire basis of her scam been a lie to begin with? Like, did she never have any experience with DV situations at all and start this entire scam based on a lie, and then go forth and judge other DV situations on their real stories?
Oh, yeah.
On her own lies. Do you know what I mean? Like, that in its own seems like a crime, if anything. You're taking charity money. You're claiming to be a charity, accepting money from others, refusing to show receipts for where the money went, and claiming to be a charity, probably not paying any taxes, anything on that. And your entire charity was based on a lie. Like that to me
friggin'
blows my fucking mind. Like that's wild, man.
And something that she would do with the DV situations, so she would, like Nancy, she's in here, she would ask her for money to help these DV victims, right? But she would have her send them for different things, like for Dollar General, for dinner with your hubby, for
to make it look fake.
Yes, to make it look like it's not that like that. So when Nancy came out and said, hey, no, we talked about this, she asked for DV money, SP pulls up those receipts and say, no, that's a lie. And at first I didn't believe her, but then a couple other people came to me and said the same thing. They showed the proof of the messages talking back and forth. And she did the same exact thing. Hey, send this to me, but under a different name, under gift, under friends and family, under et cetera, et cetera. Alicia, no, she did not pay that one lady's cell phone bill. I do not think she's helped any DV person. Like the
So
DV
she
people she claims to
basically-
help, I don't think she did. I do know she helped a few people in the community, but they would always pay her back.
So am I
Which is not really
understanding
help.
that she basically pulled a slot there and did a charity for DV victims?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, absolutely, yeah. No,
Absolutely.
this has been her MO for years. I mean, even like last year when I was looking into her, that was my whole red flag right there. Was you are accepting money for DV situations, but you're not able to provide any proof of where the DV situation money is going. And then this whole thing blew up between her and G Unit, who promised a little bit of money. You're
Yes.
gonna remember a little bit of money her way, and when she didn't get it immediately, she flipped her absolute shit, which I'm sorry, but if you're collecting money for donations, that's not how you act. You know, he was going to send that to her, and he did send it to her, and she absolutely flipped her shit. But then again,
Hold on,
you
my
know,
kid.
when it comes time to ask, like, hey, can you show any receipts for like where this money is going? How dare you ask me for that? How dare you not trust me?
If you ain't got shit
if
to
you're a
hide, you will
charity,
show it.
You need to be able to show that stuff. Like, you need to be,
And
and that was the red flag. But when I went to go look into it, everything was disguised as something else.
Does anybody
Yep.
does anybody know who McKenna is? I just want to ask.
McKenna, I believe, is from the YouTube community. There is a McKenna from YouTube. Did she recently comment?
Somebody named McKenna said, "Can I come up?" And she's not coming up. Okay, she's good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, honey. I'm sorry.
And then I do want to say, oh gosh, my train of thought. I was trying to say something, piggyback off of Scamia words. Someone did find an old screen recording of a video when all of that stuff happened with G Unit, it was G Unit, Slots in the Box, got you. Yeah. Someone found a screen recording, and he had said he had tallied up everything, and it was like $1,400 that night is what she collected. And she was worried about $40.
$40. $40.
40 effing dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
Refresh my memory. Wasn't it also around that time that she made the comment about was it beautifully talented or when her house burnt down?
Yes.
Let me
it
get
was
the
right
date.
around that time.
Around that time.
Literally, I think it was a few weeks after that, because that was around the exact same time frame. No, she was on a ratchet spiral. Not spiral, because people still were supporting her, but like more.
It was
and
March
more
8th,
ratchetness was
2023.
coming. Yeah, it was. She was giving ugly vibes. Even back then, just not to the extent where people were literally like turning their backs on her. Her pit bulls were still riding pretty hard at that point.
Can I respond to something you said earlier? That's the only reason why I joined, because I wanted to talk about something that happened on YouTube, and you touched on it for a second. Is that okay?
Who?
Oh, you.
Me?
sorry.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
You were like, oh, did she make this all up? Okay, what she does is she takes stories that she is like, hears from other people, and repeats them as they're her own. And specifically, there was the one thing when she that triggered her. It's one of the things that happened just before she got kicked off YouTube, like when she got exposed and people were like, we don't think you're telling the truth, is about her boyfriend's pickup truck being broken into.
Oh, I absolutely remember this. I remember every
And
part of this. Yes.
Well, you remember that. Okay. I know who she stole the story from. And that girl was like, wait a minute. I was in a group message, and I like one morning there was like a mass break-in in her neighborhood. That happens.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, and so she was just putting it in the group chat, like, I'm not talking this morning, this happened, blah, blah, blah. and then like a week later, Tamori's like, my boyfriend's truck was broke, or all this stuff. And she was hysterical. And there's nobody who's hysterical over a truck's being broke. I mean, it happens, but you can't be like, and everybody's like, oh, she just stole that story. And it's come out like more and more about all the stories she's stolen. It's wild.
That's, yeah. I mean, I knew she was doing stuff like that because there was another person who, from her YouTube days, had come forward during the time that I was looking into SP to add her to the list, like, originally. Yeah. And she had said, like, the exact same thing, like, look, this was what I sent her, like, as a story, and, like, this was, like, 3 weeks later, like, what she came to the chat and said was, like, happening to her, and blocked me, like, right before. I'm like, wow, like, that is actually, like, so fucked up. And she went on to make, like, a couple $100 for that shit. Like, you know, she pocketed some fucking money for it. Yeah. You know, she did, but she disguised the money. You know, she disguised it as special donations for gifts. You know what I mean? Take yourself and your hubby out for dinner and stuff like that. Couldn't add to the list for it because fucking, you know what I mean? The receipts, like, I believed everything. I believed it, but the receipts were in gift form. Do you know what I mean?
And how long did she exactly start the scamming stuff? As far as back as I remember, I just met SP last year.
No,
this has been going on for years. This has been going on since the YouTube days. YouTube is.
Oh, can I just stop? Okay, wait a minute. No, she was on TikTok first, and then she flipped to YouTube because she got busted. And I actually just sent somebody some videos because ever since this person got in touch with me, I remembered some things and I actually downloaded them. So I had to like go back to my iCloud from like 2021 and 2022.
Right.
This started before that.
Yeah, no, way before.
She was on TikTok first, and what she got busted on.
I believe she was on YouTube before that, though.
Maybe, but she wasn't monetized. But she was actually also doing stuff on MySpace.
Okay, well, that's like
wow,
like even my time. I didn't see any MySpace stuff, but it was my understanding that she started YouTube first and then moved to TikTok when everything blew up on YouTube and she was getting called out for the $10,000.
No, she was on TikTok funds. First. And then she got her daughters busted her. And also what she did was one of her sisters, she has a younger sister, and her son, who was like 7 at the time, had like an incident at a public pool where he almost drowned. Or there was some incident. She gets on TikTok and starts sobbing and says, "My grandson drowned, and he's in the hospital." All this, it's just a whole thing. And then somebody from her family goes, "That's not true. He's fine. She doesn't have a kid she doesn't have a grandson who's 7. That's not what happened." And that's when she flipped over to YouTube.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually have the article from that incident of the child. He was transported to the hospital, and he was perfectly fine.
He was perfectly fine. They just kept him from observation.
Somebody's asking in the comments, didn't she have a YouTube called Crafting?
It was called Crafting?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. She did. If you go onto the Tamari Reddit page, you will basically be able to see everything dating all the way back. It's a lot of darkness, though. I warn you, take your meds before you look through that shit, because it's dark. It's really, really dark.
Yeah.
And I just came across a video of her tonight doing something on a bucket.
Don't even. Yeah, make sure you watch that one on an empty stomach. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm actually putting a video together, and it includes a clip of the bucket. I can't show exactly what she was doing.
You really can't. No.
No, I was appalled. I just had seen that video like 2 minutes prior to me going live.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, fucking Nikki.
Like you can hear.
God
her
damn it,
in the
Nikki.
background.
Like, what the fuck?
That's okay.
Oh,
Why would you do that to these poor innocent people? Like, I know that video, girl. Like,
I
that's
can't stand you and Wolfie.
that's right up there with
I
those
fucking
Beth videos
can't.
you be posting. Come on now, like, come on now. Like, that's
Listen, some of these clips I got that I've not posted yet, y'all would be surprised at some of the shit that I've caught just recording recently.
Oh, please don't. Just don't do what Nookie does and post them too early in the morning, please. Like,
Listen, some of them I've sent to Nikki. Just saying.
oh man, don't
I
start
was
working
just
together,
fucking
okay?
appalled. I'm like, what in the good fuck is going on?
What in the good
Video.
fuck is going on here?
Is it the dirty? Oh, I know what it is, but
Yeah, it's the dominatrix.
I mean, it was a dirty bucket.
The dirty bucket.
Being a dirty bad bucket.
Also,
and she had to teach it a lesson.
Chris here has an excellent video that she sent me of the dancing, and I sent it to you. I sent it in our Dora. I put it in there as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lovely.
It's an amazing video. It's
Yeah.
on Chris's page.
Maybe don't add me to that one. I'm good.
Oh my gosh! Yes. That was-
Yes, Rain, yes. But it was horrible.
it was really something. Like the bucket did not recover from what I understand.
Well, see, I never understood what in the fuck was there was so many people with, I think there's a name on here called SP's Bucket of Lies.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never understood the names, but now I do.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah. We put puzzles together today.
Yeah,
Like,
Nora, there is a Reddit page.
Yeah.
Tamari's Lies Stop Here on Reddit.
Please don't have me going through that tonight.
that
Nikki.
shit will,
All
yeah,
this.
no, it's dark. Like, seriously, please go into it with a good mental
Yeah,
state.
it's on
meditate or
Reddit,
something
but there is a
before,
lot of-
'cause it's
there
a
is-
dark space.
On that Reddit page, there is some useful, things.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is also just trash talking, and some of it is a lot of bullshit. But like, sift through the bullshit, and you will find some like really like interesting facts on there for sure. The ladies that put it together put a lot of work into it, and honestly, like, props to them, because like a lot of my investigation was done through that Reddit and through those ladies. You know what I mean? They did a lot, and they, like, again, some of it's a lot of drama, and some of it's not the receipts that they thought it was, which also really fucked up the investigation a lot. But
They're wanting to know what the Reddit page name is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
somebody just said it.
Tamari's
Lies Stop Here or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty specific, but if you need it, message me, and I can definitely get it for you. I'm still part of it.
I'll share it to you, Dora, on Discord.
You're good, Lies. Thank you, Nikki. I really appreciate that. I was like, man, I was going through some of the stuff. I was watching basically the YouTubes, the TikToks, and
The YouTube is very informative too. The Crafting Through the Lies YouTube was very informative. Unfortunately, that also didn't really show very much like receipt, but it showed a lot of eye-opening stuff regardless.
Some of it's been hidden because of YouTube's terms of services.
Of course.
And there's like that whole thing where if somebody's banned, you can't have their, you can't keep playing the videos that got them banned.
Right.
So, but the one thing that I was hopeful when I was looking through this, and I'm actually the one who got in touch with her daughters at first, like in 2022, because one thing that like bothered me was she was on a YouTube stream and she was claiming to be wealthy, but she's living in like this roach motel. It's like, hold on, that doesn't add up. And then she also said that her Cash App and PayPal were under her kids' names.
wait, what?
Like,
Yeah,
that's
she said
her
she goes, well,
estranged children, mind you.
yeah, well, at the time, nobody believed that she was estranged. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. That's a whole bunch of tax liability for months and months of like this fundraising. But these like girls who are in their mid 20s and have kids, they're going to take on like $5,000, $6,000 of like income. That's weird.
Yeah.
And I actually have some like nasty emails from her because I'm like, that's not true. Or I have a couple things I pointed out. I never accused her of that because I know not to accuse her of stuff specifically, but she was always like preaching about being like this domestic violence advocate. And I'm like, but then she would like recite things. And I was like, that's not a thing. Like I don't know. She talked about like Stockholm syndrome as if it's an actual medical diagnosis. It's not. There's no it's not in the DSM, no accredited therapist, doctor, anybody thinks that's an actual diagnosis.
No, it's more just an anxiety, like an extreme form of anxiety than anything.
So can
Yeah,
somebody
it's a coping.
enlighten us on the $10,000 story?
So basically, she had a fundraiser for this poor woman, J Diaz, I want to say is her name. I completely forgot. I think J Diaz. This poor woman was in a domestic violence situation, and SP put together all kinds of fundraising, getting the money together, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, we got to get her from A to B. I don't remember the location.
Upstate New York to Texas.
Yeah. They had to get her from one place to another safely with her children, I believe. And when it came time to cash out that check to J Diaz, SP never gave her a dime. Never responded to it, never answered to it, claimed, like, you know what I mean, that she did in fact get the money and that she's lying. The only thing is, like, again, like, J Diaz came forward, she absolutely said, like, yeah, no, like, I never got that money. But she didn't show any like type of proof to show that she didn't get the money, you know what I mean? Which SP always used in her favor, basically.
So SP kept that $10,000.
What actually happened
Yes.
was, so that started in the YouTube community with Miss Diaz.
Yes.
So what she needed help with was to move to Texas to be closer to her family. She had an autistic daughter who required 24/7 care. Unfortunately, her daughter recently did pass away, but the community was helping her to move closer to her family.
Yes.
And Tamori agreed to be the holder of the donation, so everyone was donating to Tamori. And Tamori, because she was a corporate lawyer and her husband was a chemical engineer for the Department of Homeland Security.
What?
No. Can I say something?
So she was so trustworthy.
Yes. But in all actuality, what happened was, see, J Diaz was full. It was two different platforms. Miss Diaz did not have a TikTok, and oftentimes different platforms don't intermingle together, like their YouTube or TikTok. What SP was doing on TikTok was telling everyone that Miss Diaz was a domestic violence victim. It was a completely different story. And she needed to raise money to get her out of this domestic violence situation. Miss Diaz found out because some of her followers were on TikTok and heard the story from Tamori.
Right, that's what it was.
Yep, and they began reaching out to Miss Diaz, giving their condolences to her. They weren't aware that she was in a DV situation. And she was just shell-shocked. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm happily married. I have never been in a DV situation. But Tamori was lying on a completely different platform to raise money. So who knows, in all actuality, how much money she actually raised?
Yeah, because if she was actually going in between TikTok and YouTube.
Yep.
That's freaking insane to me.
Those YouTube streams were like hours every morning. Like they were like 3 or 4 hours long.
Oh yeah, no, they were very long. I remember sifting through like the replays of them, and like they were very, very, very fucking long. I'd have to put it on like super speed just to like watch through it. Yeah, no, they were long. At the end of the day, like this whole thing, SP doesn't know her own lies, basically. I don't necessarily say that she believes them, but but I truly feel as though she has just been, from the first day she put herself in front of the camera, playing a character.
So
And that
somebody just
character is-
messaged me and said SP's account came in here.
Oh yeah.
SP, if you're in here, we're all here, honey.
Come on up. It's been a while.
I mean, it would be nice so she could come in and answer questions for people. For sure. Come on.
I don't think that that's a good idea, but
Well, and you know, I was going through old videos of SPs, and I started with one when she was explaining to the YouTube community because they were concerned when LCS did not receive any of those donations that Tamari had relapsed. So Tamari made a video. She showed them a bottle, claimed it was hers, and that she had a prescription for her mat. Okay, let's go back when she returned to TikTok.
Stan.
After making a video proving to the YouTube community that while she lived in West Virginia, she had a prescription for her mat. Now she left YouTube, came to TikTok, and what she told the TikTok community is that when she lived in West Virginia, she had to purchase them, and they were 30 to 40 a piece. And while living in West Virginia, she never had a doctor because she didn't have insurance, and without insurance, she was not able to get MAC while living in West Virginia. She completely lied. And I have the video on my page.
Oh, well, yeah. And I know recently. Hi, Mrs. Homie.
Bitch, I seen you walk through that fucking door. Get a box and say something. You got balls? Let's show how big those fucking balls are.
dude. Oh, can I just say one thing real quick? When she was on YouTube, she just said that she always said that her husband was a truck driver, and they just came into like a bunch of money. The LinkedIn was found later where she pretended to be a corporate lawyer.
At one point, he was a truck driver. That's what the family shared with me. But when I spoke with the family, his family, he shared with me that he helps his son-in-law.
Yeah, no, but on YouTube, we just saw. We thought they were just like, well, what she said was they were, or she never claimed to be a corporate lawyer. That LinkedIn was found.
She's a fucking corporate bum.
Her LinkedIn is still out there if anyone wants to Google her
Hi,
name.
beautiful Sam.
Also, wasn't there? Okay, so there was also the journal where she was selling journals, right?
Did
then-
someone get scammed?
And then there was also the elves that she was making for Christmas. And I do know a couple people that bought the elves that they never got them. They were never sent.
Are you talking about the junk journals?
The what?
Junk journals, because those can be like upwards of like $150, $300. Like,
No, she scammed somebody. Didn't somebody purchase a bunch of journals and she not?
Yeah, she was making she had journals or something. She was selling journals. She was making journals or something.
this is so funny because this just came up on another show. They're called junk journals. I remember.
Yeah.
They're those elaborate journals with like scraps, like scrap paper and jewelry, or you can put jewelry in different, like, they're big scrapbooks that people are supposed to fill in. They're pretty, but they can be pretty expensive. Like if you look on Etsy, they can be a lot. And she said she would make one for somebody for $300, and she said they never paid her and she made it, but then that person said I paid her and she never made it.
Sorry, can I say something before I get down there?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Homie. You already know, love.
All right. One thing, she hurt a lot of our community. I don't like people saying she came with her group, her whatever, her this, that, her whatever. They need to remember that a lot of people were fooled. And when you love somebody, you stick up for them. A lot of our gals here loved her, and they rode for her. So when they say she came with her clan or she sucked her clan on you or whatever, that's not the point. The point was they loved her cold-heartedly, so they rode for her. Now, yes, we all know. Now a lot of them are sitting back and they're hurt. So don't say her and her this, her that. If you're going to talk about her little minions that are still next to her, that are her little mods or whatever they are, fine. But don't sit here and talk about my community. Because these are my girls. They're hurt. A lot of them are hiding in their houses because of her. A lot of them have moved because of her. So there is a lot more to be said about that. So don't.
A lot of people are hurt
Yes.
because she's hurt hundreds of people. She has hurt people
Renee.
that were her the only people that had her when nobody else did. And I just saw you come in here, Ghost Whisper, fuck you. Respectfully. If a mod can take care of that.
Miss Homie, I don't know if you remember, but here a while back, and you know, y'all always say have the evidence, and she had trashed my name on here till me losing the 3,000. I've said her does it hurt me as bad, and she had all these people believing that I was a bad person. I couldn't go in people's lives. I'd be blocked because of the lies told on me. And I went in Mr. Homie's live, and I called her out on your live because she lied to me and said she had a DV, she had campers on her property, and she was helping these women. And I went on there, and I thought if I went to KK, like KK said, she wouldn't have believed me. And I called her out. When I first started calling Doug and talking to him on the phone, I called her out. I got raked over the coals for that. But on your live, I kind of set it up. My son works for Batesville Fire Department.
Wait a
They're
minute.
allowed to do...
Say it word for word, because I'll tell you what happened word for word. You
Okay.
came in, you
Yes,
offered
I did.
money, you offered her to give her all this money,
Yes.
then started.
I offered because she was my friend and I was calling her out, and you don't know how bad that hurt me because I figured out she didn't have a DV situation through the text messages she sent me. So I told her
How
my
many
son
times now
gets
not
to
giving
do...
nobody any money, not even on Homie's life. We don't do that.
No, let me
You started
finish.
trying. I don't know what happened with you and her, but the thing was you didn't come out and say you did this, you lied here, you lied there. It's recorded, sweetie. It's recorded.
Right. I told her my son would do his charity fundraiser for her domestic violent people. She freaked out and dropped me out of the box and said, no, don't do that. Give it to somebody in your town. But I was trying to let people know there was no DV people. I might have not have went about it right, but that's what happened.
Just word it the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? If you would have came in and said, you lied, SP, I gave you money for this, that, and the other, it would have been a different...
Would you have believed me? Because I did say it. I said it accidentally, didn't know I was being recorded by KK. I said it to Doug on the phone. KK had to record it, and the minute I came clean about her, KK made a video calling me out, trashing me, and then my name was ruined from that day forward.
Why though? Because
Because I told the truth about her.
No, every receipt that came out had a different because this, because that. Do you understand?
Yes.
What that was?
Yes.
It wasn't because you didn't give her money. We all seen you gave her money. But when it came out to, oh, it was for her and her husband to have a nice dinner.
That was how I was told to put it.
Okay.
Whenever I sent her money, when she would tell me what it was for, when I was to send the money, I was to put it, oh, this is for you and your husband to go eat, or this is for Dollar General. That's how she had me send it.
I believe that. Like, I sifted through
I have
so
no
many
reason to lie
receipts,
about
and
it.
they all said that exact thing. Like, for dinner for you and the hubby and this
We
and
all
that.
believe
like,
it. But when KK came out, she did post.
Yes,
whatever.
she did. She did. And I gave her full permission to act on my behalf on whatever she had to do.
Yeah, and I have no
But
idea.
I mean, I was so scared of KK at that time. I'm not going to lie. That if she'd have come to me right after she made that video and said, "Do you have evidence or proof?" I would have turned everything over to her right then. But I didn't know what to do. I sat on this for a long time, and finally I went to Chris Truth Tellers and Scotty, and I first gave all my evidence to Scotty because I trusted him. Now I haven't done nothing to him, have never said nothing bad to him, and I'm blocked in his room. I guess because I just exist. But I mean, because of SP, I don't put this on anybody. I'm just saying she burnt my name. I'm scared to death to go in KK's live and just start a conversation. That hurts more than the money. You can always get money back, but you can't get back the damage that SP's done. And all I ever wanted was friends on here. That was it. I came on this app to make friends because I live alone and I don't have any.
And that is such a typical story, Nancy. That's
It really is.
Of you.
And that's
Many others, and that is very common.
Yeah.
People are here to make friends, and they prey up scammers, con artists. They prey upon people like that.
especially SP. Like that's actually her MO. Is she love bombs the shit out of you in the beginning,
Yes.
and then just
And
like
I felt like I was
slowly-
buying a friend.
Yes. You thought you found a friend, and that is literally to a T her MO. And you know what I mean? Anything that she continues to convince you that she needs, send it under a gift. Send it as this, send it as that. I saw it firsthand, like the entire time I was looking into her. I saw that. That's her MO to a T. So, you know what I mean? Just know that you're one of so many people who have fallen for that shit.
Yeah, because she's got many victims out here, and if you see every friendship SP's ever freaking had, she's screwed it up.
It ends just
Somehow.
like this.
And
Just like
nobody's
this.
ever filed charges. How many of our women are elderly that can go and file charges because they're elderly? You can't.
Or scammed.
Well-
Yeah.
They try, but by the time they catch up to her, all the evidence is gone, and because they've only given such a small amount of money, it doesn't add up with them.
But what you can do is calculate that $20,000 and turn it into the victim's advocate office.
Which
Yes.
one though? Because it's all over the states, so it's actually
Well-
federal.
Well, Chris, I'm going to get with you on that because, I think you actually have the video, Chris, of recently where she was in Justina's live. And Justina was raising money for her.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And Justina left our group, and I'm going to say this respectfully, and this irks me to no end, but Kelly Denton, Justina, every single one of them was sitting in there helping SP, saying that she needed money for this. They were trying to help her get money for her trip or whatever that was.
Or plane ticket. Yes.
Yeah. She
Yes, her plane ticket.
Yeah.
She needed to escape.
But there was another group that also did that also before everything went to hell when Jacqueline and them were over there trying to raise money for her also. There's been many groups that have went and tried to raise money for her and shit has fallen off the
Yes, they did the begging for her. And respectfully, Justina and them used to sit with us in anti-scam, but then went to scam. They supported Jen is Stronger. They support SP.
Right.
No,
Well, KK did apologize to me, and I told KK, I don't know how many times, thank you for clearing my name. I mean, that probably don't mean much to anybody else. But, just KK telling them, I wasn't lying. Y'all don't know how much that meant to me.
But it does. It does.
It
Just
does.
like
It means a
before.
lot. But when you've been right through the coals, oh, she's a bad person. You don't need to let her in your life. You don't know how many times I had to sit back and listen to that.
Oh,
And I
SP.
thought, I'm not a bad person.
She knows. That's just what she does. So please know that you're not the only one.
Nancy, let me tell you something, girl. With these people on here, That's their MO. They want people to believe that you're all this big bad person. Respectfully tell them to go fuck themselves.
There you go.
I would
I'm
never
just
say
saying,
that to
I have no filter. I'm not talking about KK. I'm talking about SP. SP can
Right.
kiss my whole ass after what she pulled on Mrs. Homie and Mexican Homie last night.
See, I didn't know that she did all that to them because I left her group. I got out of it. And so I didn't know that happened to Miss Homie. I seen it last night and I was shocked. I watched KK's video on it and I was floored that, you know, that she would do that to Mr. and Mrs. Homie.
Oh yeah, she did, and I've been pissed since yesterday about it. And I'm pissed for every single victim that she has taken advantage of. Everybody that she has harmed, everybody that she's mentally put through it, all her victims, it pisses me off to no end because how could she sit up on a platform and act like that she ain't said shit, she ain't done shit, it's always everybody else's fault.
And I do want to clarify again, since, you know, Nancy's in the box and there's a couple hundred people in here. I do believe Nancy 100%, and SP absolutely was using Nancy for her money. She would talk trash about her in the chat, but then she would always unblock her after she told us to block her. And it is because Nancy was buying her friendship. 100. It was one-sided. Nancy thought that was somebody who she had a friend in, and then for her to talk about her struggles with the things that Nancy was going through, with her stuff. I'm not going to out you again, like
No, it's
SP
okay
did.
because she did. I told her I was trying to get off prescribed medication. She read
Yep.
it to her chat and then laughed at me.
And she outed that. And for somebody who is supposedly in, for
And
one, in
mine are-
awareness.
and let me put this out there. Mine are prescribed by a doctor.
Well, and for her to do that and claim that she is clean and in recovery, and for her to put somebody down who told her that they were trying to detox off of it and not do those things, that was absolutely disgusting. And that really did put a bad taste in my mouth. You don't do that to people. You don't do it to people because you don't know if that could have sent you over the edge or not, because that's disgusting. And that's why I came up here. I believe you. I believe every single thing you have said about her 1,000%, because I've seen other people go through the same exact situation you went through when she said, send it for a different amount. Several other people who don't even know who you are sent me proof of the same exact thing. I believe you.
I just did what she asked me to do. I wrote it out. She
I know.
told me to. Well,
I know.
Miss Homie was asking me, well, why did you say for this or that? Well, that's what I was told to do.
Because you thought you were helping a friend.
But
You thought you were helping a friend. And just like you said, just doing what she told you to do. A lot of us, she would be like, hey, can you find this? Hey, can you do that? A lot of us just wanted to help her out, you know? And she gave you excuses as to why she wanted you to do it that way. And it made sense. So you just did it.
Yeah,
So I believe
it
you.
breaks my heart and it pisses me off.
And Nancy's not the only one, sweetie. We have another one in our community that her text messages were doxed, and she had not even nothing to do with nothing. She did borrow money. She did pay it back, but her name was out there. And poor thing, she cringed and cried for days. I mean, it's a whole shit show when people don't ask questions. You know? And nobody's to blame, though, because SP was a friend to a lot of these people when she could get what she needed out of them.
Yep, and she used them and abused them mentally and bullied them, and she did nothing but trash them while she's smiling up in their damn faces. SP, you are trash. You are shit, is what you are.
well, she can go ahead and laugh because I told KK a while ago she has full permission, her and truth tellers to act on my behalf. Whatever they want to do, how they want to do it is fine with me.
I give no fucks what she says about me.
Thousands of dollars from Nancy, thousands of dollars from Miss Tammy, thousands of dollars from 2 other individuals, like
And I'm going to tell you,
thousands.
sitting in your life, KK, hearing Tammy cry because she hurt Tammy. Tammy was nothing but good to her ass, just like every single body else that's been a part of SP's life. And that pisses me off so freaking bad because these victims have a right to have a voice and stand out against her. That's what these platforms are for, is for people that are being taken advantage of by people like her. And hearing the stuff coming from people that she's hurt directly and scammed and trashed upon, SP, you should be a damn shame of yourself. You are a grown ass woman sitting on an app treating people the way you do and sit here and befriend them and then smile up in their face. Meanwhile, you're doing the nasty shit behind their back.
And there are still people to this day that are terrified to come forward, that are terrified to come in these lives on their main accounts because of the backlash that they would receive. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was worried about the backlash until it got to a point where I found out between 5 people, she had collected $10,000 just between 5 people, 5, in the year of 2024. And I'm like, you know what? If there's this much money between these 10 people, and if she's lying to all these people that I love and care about me, I need to do something about it. And that's why I had my live. And since then, many other people have come forward, and we are over $20,000. I've received more receipts today, like a couple $100 more. And I'm sure when other people are ready, they'll come forward.
Yeah.
So once again,
And
if
please
anybody
don't be
has
scared.
sent her money, exactly. Don't be scared. I promise you, we just need a tally.
No, you don't.
I would like to eventually post redacted receipts just to show that, hey, this is real. Like, what we're talking about is real. These amounts are adding up to exactly what we're saying. I have seen almost every single receipt. People have said, hey, I gave this much. They would send a receipt. It's all adding up, and it's all over $20,000. Plus all of the gifts she got on TikTok. I'm not really counting that, but if we do, it's almost $24,000, and that's just the gifts from like 6 months of last year, not including her subs.
Hey y'all.
Hey Tammy.
Hi everyone.
Hey, beautiful.
Hi, hon. Listen, y'all, if you have gave her money and stuff, please forward your receipts to KK. And you don't have to get in a box or anything. The reason I spoke, about a month ago, and the reason I did this is so other people would come forward, because a couple people had said something to me about they had gave her money, and I had told them to go to KK. And I mean, I didn't realize it was this much money, and my goodness. But don't be afraid. You're going to be protected, and I promise nothing's not going to happen to you, and we will protect you. But she needs to be taken down, and we'll all stand together and stuff. But we got to take her down, because I'm just tired of her bullying people and her taking advantage of people. But that's a lot of money, so, but I don't want her to take advantage of a grandmother or another person or something, But it was hard to accept at first, because, I really loved her and everything, but now I'm just mad, especially after what I heard yesterday. I was pissed. So, but
No
anyway.
amount is too small. $5, $10, no amount is too small, because it all adds up. All of these small amounts have added up to over $20,000 between a handful of people.
And I promise you, if you are a victim reach out to us privately. We will be your damn voice because I damn sure ain't afraid of her ass. I promise you that. She could send the damn half of the United States after my ass and I could give two fucks less.
Yeah, yeah, but don't be afraid though.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid.
Yeah, and
Please don't.
yeah, and
There
we're.
is
I
no
mean,
power no more. SP holds no power over anyone anymore. There is nothing to fear no more, my love. Nothing to fear.
and
He
the
is
people.
nothing.
Yeah, and the people that's come to me and KK or whatever, they don't. Nobody knows your names, so you know.
No, and I promise you, your name will not be put out there, but the cycle must end here. We got to band together to stop the behavior.
Absolutely. Now,
Yeah.
I did speak out to the investigator who has handled Slots' case, and I asked for guidance. And he did share with me what we need to do to hold her accountable. And the first step is going to be getting the tally of the numbers. So once we get to a certain number, and I don't want to say it during live because I don't want to share anything with SP, we need to keep her wondering. But all of the donors who donated to her would need to file a police report locally and hang on to that report, because once we get to a certain phase, then we can use those reports and there will be a home base for those reports to all be sent to. And that's how we're going to hold her accountable and stop her from doing this once and for all.
Yeah. And Dora, homie will be here soon. He's at my son's basketball game and should be letting out about 10 minutes or so. But
Oh, I hope he wins.
yeah, I didn't go out because I'm having a hard day. But I
I
mean,
did it.
we
I
just
know
have
you
to
are.
accept you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, please knock on my door, SP. We could have lunch. Please knock on my door, bitch. Because it's time. It's time. And believe me, homie will find you. And I am going to take a road trip when he does.
And I seen several people ask about this. I'm kind of rewinding a little bit. So the car accident that she claimed her daughter was in, there was an accident. She did get into an accident, but everything that she said after the fact, of her going into a long-term like care facility to go to rehab and all that stuff, I do not think is true. Actually, I'm almost positive it's not true, considering she got arrested just a few weeks after that for possession. So it seems as though she went to the hospital, she got banged up, but she was fine overall. And she healed up and she was right back out, doing what she was doing before. So she was saying that she did the subs on her account to help her daughter with bills and stuff till she got on her feet. Well, I don't even think she was at home with her children, considering, like I said, she got arrested for
Can I just say
possession.
Okay, she doesn't have a relationship with any of the kids anymore. Anything she hears is through family gossip. Like she doesn't, like, one of the adult daughters was cool with her for a while, but now she's not, and none of the kids have a relationship with her.
So not even the kid, wasn't she traveling to one of her kids recently?
No, that's probably a lie. No. I can tell you, they don't have relationships with her. And if anything, but some of the aunts, uncles are like, they're Facebook friends and stuff, or they keep in touch with some of the kids, and that's how she gets those stories. No, she does not have a relationship with those kids. And the two youngest ones have never been in her custody ever.
And just real quick, I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Make sure it's not muffled again. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're clear.
I just wanted to make sure that you all are aware, for the ones who donated to SP, if you choose to file a police report locally, we don't need your police report. That would never pass through any of our hands. That would actually go directly to a police department in the area where SP is at. That's where everything would be handled. So that would be the home base. And I don't want to get into many details about that during a live. There are certain things that need to be kept quiet because, and not shared publicly because we need her to be held accountable.
Oh, sorry. If I overshare, sorry. I don't.
Well, you or KK can reach out to me. You can call me. You got my phone number, and let me know what to do. And Alan being on the fire department, I'll get him to go with me, and I'll do my part from here for y'all.
Thank you very much. Yeah, basically, it's just.
I don't think Sarah meant to come into the box. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just don't want her to say something she doesn't know she's saying, because I don't know if she's in the box. I don't know if she knows she's in the box. Okay, sorry.
Okay, yeah, we got her. Sorry about that.
And so basically what you can do, if you've donated to SP, you can go to your local sheriff's department. You can explain to them that you were donating for a DV or whatever it was you thought that you were donating to. Tell them you would like a police report, and they'll write one up for you. And hang on to that, because we're going to need to transfer those at one point to the home base. But once we get to a certain number, there's a big agency that will get involved with this, and they'll take over everything.
Absolutely.
Is there a certain time we need to do it, or just go do it and get it done?
Preferably do it and get it done if
Okay.
you have the time to do it.
Yeah, I'll get mine done this weekend.
Thank you.
Can feel the rain reminding me in the eye of the storm.
I think somebody's calling her. I'll mute her mic because I think somebody's giving her a call.
Trisha, I really don't think, well, I don't want to speak on anyone's medical stuff, but I don't know if she went to the hospital for a hernia, but likely she was probably looking for sympathy, people to reach out saying, oh my gosh, do you need anything? Because she's claiming she's working right now. So I bet, they probably reached out to her, asked her if she needed anything, ask her, and then she'll be like, well, I'm missing work. I'm going to lose out on work now. I'm going to lose money. That's why she posted her birthday post. Speaking of birthdays, Tammy had given her Walmart, I think Western Union or Walmart to Walmart, gave her like $1,500 on Tammy's own birthday for a lawyer that I don't even think she retained. And several other people also sent money for a lawyer that I don't think she actually retained, because she never showed up for any proceedings. She never showed up for anything. So I think that was just another money grab. So $1,500 all at one time on Tammy's birthday. She stopped what she was doing to send her money for a lawyer on her birthday.
And that's bullshit. SP, shame on you.
I mean, she took advantage of people that had recent surgeries, people who were going through chemo, people that had really intense surgeries that were recovering, single moms, people on fixed incomes. Like, I know someone who, only had literally like $6, and they gave her 5 of it because they wanted her to get her medication. SP's road, I don't know what the lawyer was for. That was a discussion in a different chat that I wasn't in. So I'm not quite for sure what the lawyer was allegedly for. She also, I heard her talking about how, people sent me money while I was in jail. And I know for a fact I helped several people sent her money while she was in jail, because I helped several people do that process for her because they wanted to help. But she told people on live that she never seen that money, but she told all of us mods on the call whenever she got out of jail that they handed her money. Like she walked out with a good amount of money, at least a couple $100 whenever she got out of jail. So
Yep.
when she said she didn't get any money, that was a straight up lie. It was a lie. They handed her a couple $100.
And KK, Mrs. Homie said, how much money was sent for Lulu?
People sent a bunch of money. Like whenever Lulu had issues, she was worried about going to the vet. Several people sent money to her. I couldn't tell you exactly how much specifically for her, but quite a few people. Liza Tamari, I don't know who all it was from. I do want to say something that she also lied about. He did absolutely try and set up like a call with her to see her in jail, but she got out before that was able to happen. She claimed that that never happened, that that's a lie. No, I've seen the proof. He absolutely did try to call her and contact her while she was in jail. But probably 7 people sent money to her while she was in jail.
Yes, and question, when she got out of jail, because I know a lot of people were confused on that, did she get kicked out of the property she was staying at?
She did. And actually what happened was, so after SP was served with a protective order to protect Nikki and the children from her, Robert's family gave SP the ultimatum. They told her she needed to get off of social media or get off of the property. Things settled down for a while. Then law enforcement started showing up again, knocking on the camper. She was evading that warrant. Once she was arrested, that's when Robert's daughter realized she had not left social media. So she was arrested, and when she was released from jail, she was made aware that she's no longer welcome there, and they sent her packing.
Gotcha.
So she chose social media over her family.
Yeah, guys, and her list of names that she went by is here on the screen. I will blow that up for you guys just for a second so you guys can see that.
And that's actually perfect. Like you can see the comments really
Okay,
well.
awesome.
And you can also see all of that on there. One of those, the Operation Protect Our Children, that is a like 3rd YouTube account. She hasn't used that in quite a while, so it does have a photo of all of us mods on there. And I do think that it's safe to speak for the majority of the mods on there, that we do not accept that. We do not sit with her. That is a very old photo. So if you go look at it just to go see, we don't claim that. And like I said, I think I'm speaking for the majority of the people on there. We don't claim that.
Hey, Mr. Homie.
Hey, homie. ISYBW 5061. That is the one that I helped stream on quite often. And then Operation Step is kind of like her little backup account. But all the other ones are her current accounts on TikTok. Wrong One Right Day was supposed to be her super secret account that nobody knew about. Well, we know about it. So
Diva asked, did Robert know she was still using that he got her Lulu for getting clean? I would question anything that SP has said to be truthful, because her whole entire foundation was built on a lie. So I'm not convinced that Robert got her Lulu because she got clean. As a matter of fact, the family told me that when Robert and SP began a relationship together, the agreement was that he would not share his money with her. So she didn't have access to free-flowing cash. And there's probably a reason why, because of her history. So, he was probably concerned about her using the money for substances. And that's why she didn't have access to it.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Somebody in the comments too, guys, want to know where is 954?
And I have no idea because she has blocked me on her main. She blocked me a while. I don't even know when she blocked me. But apparently she's had an issue with me this time. So I can't really speak on her a whole lot because I have no idea. Because she has sticky fingers. So
That's what I was actually just getting to let everyone aware of. That Miss 954 has a history of theft. So she has a history of sticky fingers.
So wait a second. This is 954 Dirty South?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
Yep.
she also had a knack of pretending to be your friend in your face, but talking really poorly about you behind your back. And
Sounds like a fucking SP thing.
And even though, yeah, and I had no idea that she was talking badly about me to certain other people, all while I was trying to be a friend. She also attacked several people in the community after I got in a box and after they kind of like stood up for me or wouldn't participate in talking bad about me. So that happened as well. She said some pretty foul things to somebody that's not even really in awareness, that just goes live to hang out. She said some pretty vile things to him as well that I think were very unnecessary. Erica Storm, it is my personal opinion that Sarah Jones is a fantastic human being.
Chris, somebody wants to know, can you elaborate on the 954?
I don't have the documents in front of me, but when I host my next live, I can share more information about that, and I can lead you to the county and courthouse, and you can actually request the documents yourself also, so that you can see them.
It also appears that she's lied. Oh, Sugas. Okay, he said that I could say it was him, but it was Sugar Bear in the chat who she had attacked after I got in a box, just to chit chat one night. Because after all of this stuff went down, like I mentioned, I did not go in any lives because I did not want to bring drama to anybody. So I just stayed out of the lives. He reached out to check on me and invited me to come into his live, so I did. And after that, all heck broke loose. I also think some of the things 954 has said as to why she doesn't like have her license and stuff, I don't think that's true. But once again, I don't have proof. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. She talked about my kids, or else I wouldn't even be talking about her, like at all, period. She's irrelevant to me other than the lies and the things that she said about me personally and the things that she did to my friends.
Did 954 say that she didn't have a driver's license?
Yes. She lost her license because of a ticket, apparently. I think she has an ID, but she doesn't have her license because of a ticket. And that's why she Ubers everywhere. But as far as like with the truth behind that or anything, I have no idea if that's the truth. I doubt it was because of a ticket, because she really didn't have many tickets. It was mainly the theft, the theft charges that she had, because there are several. There are several.
Well, sounds like to me she's in a perfect place with SP.
Thank you so very much for hosting this live. Thank you for allowing me up to share the information that I have on SP.
Absolutely, Chris. Anytime. And if you ever go live, absolutely let me know and I will be there to show support, because this is disgusting. And this is
It fuels me to know that there is this many people she has taken advantage of.
Right. But, you know,
You know,
Esme used awareness. She used the awareness groups and community she hid behind awareness.
Yes, and she actually has spoken
Privately with my wife and my partner, and my partner loved SP. Loved SP. She thought very highly of her until one day I told this on KK's Live. SP was in a live stream, and I do believe that it might have been, I can't remember whose live stream it was, but my partner is very open about being bigger woman, right? And she goes on SP's live stream and she says hello to SP all the time. Like she'll say hello, beautiful, or because she's gracious. She's a lot more gracious than me because I will slick cuss a bitch out. But she has stepped away from her. But she did go into the live stream and SP made a comment. And the comment she made was exactly, and I asked her about it today. She made a comment and said, I don't fuck with people who make obesity look fun.
Wow. It doesn't surprise me coming from SP.
That was the comment she made. And I was like, I just remember my partner coming to me crying and was like, SP really made a comment like that. And it really hurt me.
Wow.
And she was like, that really hurt me. And I was like, fuck her.
and Diva made a really good point. She said, now I wonder if Lulu was having seizures in weird episodes from exposure to certain things. That would make sense. SP told us also of an incident that happened where she went to whoever's house she was at. I really don't know, but she claimed that the little child had gotten into some sort of medication that was in the fridge and had to be hospitalized. So, she could have left something laying around, and that's what could have happened. Same thing with Lulu, because, Lulu is a dog. She walks around on the ground. Something could have been dropped, and she could have eaten that and had those episodes. And that's why she could have been vomiting BLOOD. And that's why she could have been having some of the medical issues that she had.
Right. Assuming Lulu was really having seizures. And that was, SP was obviously, she was getting elevated. So she was using chemicals while she was in that small camper. And Lulu's a very small dog. So what would affect a larger dog would affect a smaller dog even more so. And that was on a daily basis. It was almost like continuous. SP was continuously getting elevated. Who knows what was really in that? We don't know. But we do know that her behavior would change. We all witnessed it. Loving Life, that I don't want to speak on publicly because there's a plan.
She got arrested for an old warrant, guys. A 23-year-old warrant, right?
It was in 2021. And it was an old warrant for an 8-ball and for the initials are L and then S and then a D.
Yep.
KK.
Hi, Tata.
I sent SP money too.
Oh no.
Well, and just like I told everybody else.
I deleted my Cash App, but I can get it back pulled up. And I've got my text messages. I wanted to come through the first night, KK, but I didn't want people to think I'm stupid or anything. And
we don't think you're
not
stupid, honey.
You are not stupid. Now, there are some people who are just going to think how they think, and you know what? That's fine. They can think how they want to think, but SP manipulated so many people into giving her all of this money.
KK, I know.
You're not stupid.
No, and thank you, Terry, for being brave to come and say I'm a victim, because this is what this platform is for. Victims of SP and people who have been taken advantage of by SP.
You guys, I thought she cared about me.
So did everybody else.
That's right.
See, this makes me want to just cuss her ass out.
You know, SP had a lot of friends, but unfortunately, she wasn't a friend back to anyone, and you didn't know. Anyone
And Chris,
who
the
told
truth tellers, I owe you an apology.
Thank you.
I apologize because I just didn't want to believe it.
A lot of us didn't want
I
to.
know it's all true, you guys. I know.
I didn't want to believe it either, Tetta. I didn't.
So
I know that.
Mustafa.
But I'll tell you when I thought I knew something was going on with her. I believe I sent her the money. It was sometime in August. A couple weeks later, I went into the live and she would always say, "Hey, hi, Teta." This night I went in the live and she said, "Fuck you, Teta," and hit the fucking disconnect button on me. What do you call it? The block button. Okay, I have a phone number for her.
And what did she say the money was for?
Medicine. But she didn't tell me what medicine.
And it's the same story for almost every single person. It's for medicine. And I guarantee you, those dates. Sorry, go ahead.
It was $130.
And it was sometime in August?
I believe so. KK, when I got a, because my kids and them don't want me to have a Cash App, but I got one. But, so I erase it off my phone and then I just bring it back up when I need it. So I haven't even been back to look at it, but I'm sure it was in August. Plus I've got text messages from her and I. And that night I went in there and she said that to me. I immediately sent her a message and told her, "I don't know what the fuck your problem is." And I did mention in the text messages, you'll see, like, I've got receipts.
And you make sure don't delete anything. And this goes for anybody else. Don't delete anything. Because, I bet you that $100 was sent around the same time a lot of other money was sent for the same thing. And that's, I know in July, I think it was, over the course of just a few days, July 25th and then 27th, she collected over $1,000 for medicine. So why would she turn around and need medicine just a few weeks later?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And there's a reason why it doesn't make sense.
I know. I didn't want to, I've been trying to get in here and then I was like, I'm going to try one more time. And then if I couldn't get in, I just wasn't going to say anything.
Well, I'm glad you did. Because you're not alone. There are
I'm so
dozens
glad
of
you did,
people.
honey. I didn't see you requesting. Of course, there's people that request by accident.
Oh, I know that. But, I mean, I'm not going to sue her for the money back because I gave it to her. You know what I'm saying? It was my choice to give her the money.
Right.
I just want to say I'm proud of you. So proud of you coming forward. And that's one of the reasons I got up here earlier to tell everybody to please come forward and say something,
I mean, the night you told your story, I was bawling.
Oh, trust me, I didn't want to believe it either. But when people had said something to me and then I told them to go to KK and everything, but it's like 2 or 3 people, but I'm glad you did, honey. And you're not stupid or anything. I mean, we're all victims. So, but thank you, hon. I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome, honey. You have a good day, hon.
You too. I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Okay, I'll let everybody go. I just wanted to let everybody know.
Terry, honey, if you need to talk, you know how to get a hold of me.
I know, Dora. Thank you, honey.
You know how to get a hold of me. I'm always here, and just for anybody else as well. If there's anything that you guys need to talk about, we're here. Know that we're here with you. We will not stop spreading awareness. It's going to continue forward, and just like Chris said, there may be some things that we don't talk about right now, but just know that victims, you have a voice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You have a voice,
and your voice will be heard.
And if you don't feel comfortable coming to me, Dora has said that you are more than welcome to come to her. Chris Tell the Truth has said you're more than welcome to come to her. Also, Kenzie. I know several in here know who Kenzie is. I'm sure Tammy doesn't mind if someone sends her a message. Just really whoever you are comfortable with. Absolutely, I am Bobo Tufor. Absolutely. I will be anybody's voice because I am no longer afraid of what's going to happen. If she decides to have a live to expose me for whatever it is she's going to expose me for, then do it. Because if I said it, I'm going to take accountability for it. I am no longer afraid of her.
Mom. Facts.
Yep. Yes, Loretta. And this is exactly who Justina, Kelly Denton, every fucking one of them sit with and who have collected money for.
And wanted to collect money for her. It's recorded.
And know that if you aren't comfortable, please let us know. You can go to any of us. We're not going to out you. If you don't want your name out there, we will not say your name respectfully. We will not. Like I said, and if you're not comfortable with anything, you can message me and I'll forward it to KK or Chris. I will forward it straight over to where it needs to go.
And please don't be afraid, y'all. She is a very weak person. She obviously may only have a couple of supporters left. So there's nothing to worry about. And she's not going to go very far where she's at now.
She ain't going to do nothing. She ain't going to do nothing. Don't be afraid of her. And that's the thing. She wants to prey upon people that she can scare with her intimidation tactics.
Yep.
Don't be afraid of that.
If anyone on this app is claiming to raise money for domestic violence, do not give money. There are shelters all across the nation, legitimate shelters, and they will help the victims.
Yeah, they pay for the victims' hotels. There's so many other organizations that do things for DV survivors and victims. But yes. I promise you, do not be scared of what she is going to do. Do not be scared of what she's going to say. Don't be afraid that she's going to send people after you. She is nothing. Nothing. She was never nothing if it wasn't for the people that stood beside her. They stood for her. They backed her. They helped her. She was nothing then. She's not anything now. She's not going to do anything to you. She's not going to harm you. She's not going to do absolutely anything. She's going to do what she does best and run off at the mouth. That's the only thing she's going to do. I promise you.
And I want to say this right now for everyone to hear, and I hope she's listening too. I mean, maybe she'll listen later on the YouTube. I don't know, because this will be going up on my YouTube after the fact. SP, you need to delete all of the children's photos of other people who either shared with you, just to share with you out of kindness, whatever it may be, because like Nikki said earlier, we know you saved that. You need to delete every single one of those children's photos that you have stored in your phone, in your iCloud, wherever it is. It does not matter who it was. If it was from anybody in your community, delete them. Delete them.
You should not have people's children in your fucking phone. That's weird behavior. And coming
Naomi.
for people's kids? Nah.
Exactly, Loretta. Exactly. Because I know of several people, like, you know, when we're in a group together, we share photos of our families and things like that. And apparently she keeps them and she uses them at a later date for things. So I know of somebody who is worried about the photos of you know, children in their life that I know she has access to that she probably hasn't deleted. And I would just really prefer if she went ahead and just deleted them now. Just delete them now.
Yep.
Because they no longer want you to have them.
Yep. And you should not have people's children stored in your phone. It's
Nicole,
disgusting.
yes, I don't know if she, and yes, Layla's mom, I'll touch on that in just a second. I don't know if she's going to be in the same category because I don't know if it's like into the millions of dollars. But essentially, yes, she was using DV to collect funds under false pretenses. It was just going in her pocket. And Layla's mom, yes, absolutely. So I wasn't around for all of that, but then after the fact, I did hear the recordings. She absolutely did prey harm on these people's children and grandchildren, and she tried to pass it off as, well, if they claim they're not doing anything to me, then I must not be praying for anything to happen to their children or grandchildren. No, she knew what she was doing with that. She absolutely did prey harm on those children and grandchildren.
She sure did. That was absolutely nauseating. She's a very sick person.
Disgusting.
So if anyone have any more questions for me that I could try and answer before I hop down?
I definitely appreciate you, Chris. Thank you for coming in tonight to speak about what you know and the experiences you had with SP and some of the stuff that she's said about you. And we definitely appreciate that so much.
Very welcome. Thank you very much for hosting this and for having me. I appreciate it. And it's going to take all of us to have her held accountable and stop this once and for all.
Yep. And it is. We will band together and have her take her accountability. What she's done to people, it's not cute. It's not funny. It's not, because people seriously seek genuine friendships here. I remember getting on TikTok for friendships myself back then. You know, people come on TikTok to have friends and laugh and just chill out. Some people like to sing on TikTok. People use TikTok for many different platforms to have different platforms of different creativities, things like that. And the fact that she preys upon these people that are that just seek friendships or that just want to hang out and listen to true crime, like KK said. You've heard a lot of different aspects. KK met her because she literally just wanted to listen to true crime and hang out, and she was funny.
And that's something that SP had was numbers. And that's what I think a lot of people are scared about is she has numbers. Well, guess what? She might have a little bit, but she no longer has those numbers that she did. She no longer has that.
No, and what she did to people was sit there and collect information about them while being their friend. That's the only reason why she was there. She didn't give two shits about these people. She didn't care about them. She was cared about what was in their pockets and what they could give her. It was never about the genuine friendship that these people thought they had with her.
Absolutely. And that's why even after some things happened with some other mods that left the chat the first time, I was very careful on what I said in these mod chats, and no offense to anybody in those chats, but I seen kind of what happened, and I was like, oh man, I'm not going to speak freely in these chats because I don't want that to happen to me. And I'm actually thankful that I didn't speak freely. I did talk some smack about people, and if those screenshots come out, or if you guys are curious, message me. I'll own it. And I'll apologize. A lot of the people I didn't even really know. And that was wrong of me. That was 100% wrong of me to talk about people like that I didn't even know, that I was just going off, based off someone else's opinion. So, if those few messages come out, then okay, that's fine. And like I said on my post, I am not here to out anybody else. I'm not here to out any other text messages, or any other, private messages between other people. My main concern was showing SP and her patterns that I have personally seen compared to everything that happened previously. And yes, Kentucky, I did. I didn't know who Kentucky Witch was, and I defended her. So I guess that gives me some brownie points. But, I'm just trying to right my wrongs at the same time as help do the right thing. Because that's what I want to do. I want to do the right thing, even if it makes me look bad.
Absolutely. And KK, you were gracious. You were honest, and I can't tell you how proud I am of you. I'm extremely proud of you for coming forward with your story. And all of you guys, Tammy, Chris, I am proud of each and every one of you that have came forward to say, hey, look, yes, I sat with her, but you know what? She shit on me. I really thought she was a friend. We all have had that happen in our lives. You can't blame these people because they sat with her, or they were in her lives. I came across, and I've said this 1,000 times, I came across a scammer one night who literally got me, and I had no friggin' idea that this was her personality. I knew nothing. I thought she was honestly an elderly lady who needed medication. And I was trying to call the pharmacy, get her medication, because I was like, oh my God, what if something happens to her? Because she was on live, like crying. And if it wasn't for the awareness community reaching out to me to say, look, she's a scammer, she's done this multiple times, I would have never known. So that's why today I am thankful for the awareness community. I'm thankful to be a part of the awareness community, because I promise you, every one of us has been got in some way. Hey, homie.
Good evening. Sorry, I just got home. I had my son's basketball game.
Did he win?
Yes, he did.
Yay!
Very good game. Now, after last night, I made it very loud and clear that I'm not going to be happy until I see SP on the news, similar to Slot, on the front of a newspaper, whether it's the front page, second page, third, I don't care. That is my goal, is to make sure that that's where we end up seeing her picture next, because she's about to learn a very, very, very valuable lesson that, I just can't, I'm still kind of at disbelief, that she would sell us out like that, and I truly still today believe it in my heart that she got paid. She got paid in order to sell us out, and that's all fine and dandy, because that money could only take you so far, and I hope it was worth it for her, because at the end of the day, still we continue to do what we do, and look at where she's at, and. But she's about to learn a very, very valuable lesson, because I'm not going to stop until we get results out of this. And my goal is to see her just like Slots, and
yep,
that's my mission. Watch and see.
Yep, and I said this, homie. I said, tonight, I said, in that shape, form, and fashion, the way she did, and for what she done, sitting up in your face, being your mod. She was there constantly, every night, almost every night that you were live. She was in a box. I remember I used to come in and watch and hang out, and for her to do that shit all under the pretenses of being your friend is messed up, all the way up. And what a shitty thing to do. And SP, for everything that you have done to these people, shame on you. Shame on you. I don't understand how you can sleep at night knowing the shit that you've done, because I'm going to tell you what, it's going to catch up to you. It's gonna. I promise you.
Yeah, and you know, the last post that I ever seen of her was what, December, or gee, I don't even remember the last post I came across of hers where she was trying to put it out there that she was gonna unalive and blah 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 this, and I paid no attention to it, because the way I seen it, it was a way for people to feel sorry for her. It was a way for people to go behind the scenes and give her money. It was just another tactic of hers to get everybody, you know, the poor pitter patter story. And I just kept on scrolling because, you know, I didn't care to see it. But then after last night, I was like, oh, okay, all right, you want to sell us out? I got you. Say less. You know how we dig deep. You know how I'll gather any information, any, you know, the lengths that I'll go to. She knows how we do it. And that's how I'm going to treat her, just as such. You know, she wants to sell us out for some money. She didn't want to be part of a lawsuit. You know, she was scaring victims away with the whole Dax Emery situation.
And she did it on purpose, like all being your friend and doing that. How could you do that to somebody? Because I just had this conversation